Adrian Bowe, Super Coach, CEO of Adrian Bowe Auctions and Trading, and also Chief Auctioneer for NGU Quakers Hill. Welcome to my weekly wrap, which is national and also Quakers Hill and surrounds. Firstly, let's take a look at the national property market. This week's auction numbers throughout Australia were just over 2,100, marking the first time auction volumes have risen above that 2,000 mark since late June this year. This is up 10.7% on last week, when we had just over 1,900 auctions, and also 0.4% higher than the same week last year when we had just over 21 auctions throughout the nation as well. It's great to see more volume coming onto the market for what I feel has been a starved market for buyers for the majority of this calendar year. So a really good sign there nationally throughout all the major cities. Now, last week's auction clearance rate throughout Australia has held steady around that 70% mark, coming in at 69.8%. That's been quite consistent now for many weeks, which is a terrific metric for the entire property market, and also very encouraging there. We did see the cash rate drop, as we all know, earlier this month from the RBA by 25 basis points down to 3.6%. Now, the good news is that's going to increase borrowing capacity for buyers around that 2% mark, depending on obviously a few variables. Now, this is the third rate cut we've had this calendar year, with many banks predicting another two before the end of 2025. So that's the first time now that we've seen that downward trajectory in over 4 years. So terrific to see that the RBA has stuck to their mandate that if inflation, underlying inflation in particular, fell under 3%, that they would start to move the needle there on the cash rate. Now, national dwellings did rise last month in the July period there of 0.6%. Now, that's holding firm relative to the prior 2 months. And according now to CoreLogic, which is now known as Catality, that's by the latest home value index, that HVI, which, as everyone knows, I absolutely love it. It's like the Dow Jones of the property market value, and it's a good index to keep track of every month. Now, that marks the 6th straight month of gains in property values throughout the nation, with the positive inflection aligning with the very first rate cut back in February of this year. The positive trend is housing values is supported by that persistently and stubbornly low inventory level, with national listings now tracking 20% lower than the 5-year average for this time of the year. So let's focus on the local property market, where I call auctions every week. And what an incredibly productive month it's been so far for the NGU Quakers Hill office, and I'm proudly their chief auctioneer. Now, let's have a look at a few results that have been called and sold unconditionally, either by myself or my co-auctioneer, Elliot Shoebridge, also known as Shuey, doing a great job as always on and off the field, and some outstanding and premium results there at or before auction, all unconditional, and some terrific results coming in at 20 million, as I said, so far for the group this month, and I'm sure that will improve given we've still got some time left in the month of August. So let's have a look at some of the key highlights of those unconditional under the hammer sales. 330 Toongabbie Road, Blacktown, selling for $1,020,000 there by the great man Ronald Ramirez. Then we went on to 21 at 17 Kilbenny Street, Kellyville Ridge, 385, also by Ronald. Then 56 Penley Crescent, Core Market, Quakers Hill, Ben and Marong, $1,285,000. Also 19 Bonacordo Road, Quakers Hill, Core Market, Marron and Ben, $1,075,000. 88 Carroll Crescent, Plumpton, 855, also by Ben and Marron. An outstanding result there. Very happy owners and buyers. 8 at 32 Bedford Road in Blacktown, Ben and Marron selling that for $966. 14 at 9 Stanbury Place, Quakers Hill, Core Market, Ben and Marron, $850,000, all terrific auctions under the hammer. Then 6 at 90 Metalla Road in Toongabbie, sold by the one and only Sam Yazdi, the Persian Prince, and his great team for $900,000. And he also sold 19 and 19A Narina Drive, Marong for $1,350. So what a team and what an agent Sam Yazdi had. 11 Hale Terrace, Stanhope Gardens, Anoop the dog. Well done, my brother. 1605. Terrific outcome there. 90A Barnier Drive, Quakers Hill, $1,015,000. What an auction that was. Ben and Marron. 6 Putunga Close in Woodcroft, $965, again by the Persian Prince Sam Yazdi. Then Terrawana Close Woodcroft, $960, also by Sam. 8 Hather Street in Doonside, also by Sam, $903.5. 37 Burke Street, Blacktown, $1,282,000. 111, also by Sam, 46 bids, over 200 over the reserve. 52 Canberra Crescent, Marong, $1,080,000 by Ben and Marron. 38 Kennedy Parade, Laylaw Park, 1850 Ben and Marron, all-time new suburb record, and also another suburb record, 22 at 37 Shedworth Street in Marong, $1 million by Ben and Marron, and that's a record for a suburb townhouse there. Now, I'm sure the NGU Quakers Hill team would love to see you at all their upcoming open for inspections and auctions. You can't miss them. The colours are bold and confident and glowing in purple, and certainly an outstanding rebrand there for the NGU Quakers Hill Group. God bless, live with virtue. See you next week. You know what it is.